Hey guys, I'm going to be doing a recording, try to do a recording here of a 1-2 session, see how it works out on this new ScreenFlow thing that I've found on for MacBooks, and I've never used it before, so hopefully it works out. It seems to be better than Camtasia, and you can do this little screen thing, and kind of cool. So I started this session about, I don't know, 20-30 minutes ago. Already am on tilt as usual. So I'm probably down a couple binds or so, but the tables are really juicy. There's a bunch of just average regs and a lot of idiots. So I got 5 tables running, and we'll see where it goes from there. On the bottom left, I guess we'll do table 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just gonna 4-bet JNF. I'm gonna lead again for value against this idiot, and probably check call most rivers, assuming that he would sorry about that. Assuming that he would raise a jack on the flop because he's, you know, pretty bad and scared of, overs coming and stuff like that. I'm just going to squeeze here. Both of these are weaker players. The green rings doesn't necessarily mean like a fish, but just weaker players overall. The yellow rings are like weak regs, and if you see a red ring, that's like one of the better players I respect at the limit, but not many of those are out tonight. So I took that one down. Willie's been 3-betting me numerous times. I've already 4-bet him once with ace king and he folded. Yeah, we're just going to do it again and see what happens. Actually, I don't really like that I did that. I don't think he's paying attention as much because, whatever. The only reason I don't like that I did that is because I just 4-bet JNF. So, but maybe I should just call and see what happens. Alright, so we got 3-bet by a weak player who doesn't have full buy-in. Definitely going to call. And I'm actually just going to fold on this flop because he's so passive so far that this makes no sense for me to call. I don't even know if my ace is good. And, we were just looking to flop well, which we didn't. Gotta stay hydrated. Rum and Coke. It's for you, Pat. Alright. Not much action going on here. I tend to run worse than anybody else when it comes to getting premium hands, so we'll see if we can't get a few of those. Playing HUDless because I like to, personally. And also I'm on my Mac, which Hold'em Manager doesn't work for, and so can't really do much about it. Also, yeah, so I'm not getting to see any of my graphs or anything like that. Just playing and losing. Flop the nuts, essentially, against my throw fox. He does call out of the blinds more than a lot of people, so his range here includes like a lot of Broadway hands. He would probably check raise any ace spades, which I don't really see him having many ace of spades in his range here anyway. So we're just going to keep betting and hope that he calls down with like a Jack 10, King 10, King Queen, stuff like that. And depending on the river, we're probably going to go with a smaller bet size to hope that he can talk himself into a call there. Just going to check behind with the ace-2, bottom pair against the fish there. Interesting river. I'm still going to bet because I don't really think he's going to make a move ever without the ace of spades, and maybe he'll call with worse. So let's see. Hopefully he has like, King 9 or something weird. I don't even think he has that, but I'm gonna make one call down here and probably fold the river if this guy bets again, because it's terrible. Yeah, I mean, I don't expect to really get called that much, because I mean, he doesn't really have many spades in his range now. He's probably not calling with king 9 off or jack 9 off or anything like that, so it leaves him with like no spades in his entire range. This guy probably has showdown value with like a 9, and I could bet, but I just think he's too bad to fold, so let's see. Yeah, 6, same idea, I guess. He might have folded that, but I just don't know enough about him. We're going to bet here because it looks like Woolley has like pocket 7s. He seems to shut down a bunch versus decent regulars when he's out of position, so that's good. There's a few players that do that. JNF has position on me. He's pretty aggressive. He's kind of new to the limit. Maybe not new, but I haven't seen him around when I played a lot, and he's actually pretty good. So having him in position on me on both tables isn't what I really prayed for, but that's okay. If there's any other better tables, I'm probably going to move over, switch them out. Looks like a day of all regs, which is pretty standard at this limit these days. Botano's a really weird regular mid-stacker. I don't know, he's just a goofball. I don't really know what he's thinking in life, but whatever. Just squeezed. I was gonna 3-bet Benjamins here, but I just squeezed him, and I just don't. He splashes a bunch, but we'll see what. Maybe next time I'll do it. We're a little deeper here, so I'm gonna make it 22. And he folds anyway. I'm just gonna lead on this board and hope that didn't connect with any of them. And we'll just bet 2 more streets now for value. Unless I get raised on the turn, which could mean he has like, ace 5, ace 2 a bunch of the time. But I'm gonna guess he just, has pocket pairs a lot. Maybe a weak jack. Steelers earlier sat with $80 and he got lucky against me and built a stack up. So I'm really hoping I can flop a set and get him back. Guess not. Was it meant to be? It's interesting that he checks behind. I'm actually gonna guess I have the best hand now, and he has like an ace jack, jack queen. Probably didn't, doesn't bet many of his draws. It's a weak. We'll see. Yeah, looks like he probably had like ace jack or something. We'll check it out. I'm gonna check call with the 9-7 here. Don't really see what else I would do. Yeah, he just had ace queen, so that's fine. I'm just gonna complete here again. Could isolate. Well, looks like my thrill is gonna do that for me. I'm gonna call again with a 9-7. Probably fold the river. Pretty terrible river for all of his continuing bets on the turn. So yeah, probably just fold if he bets again. Or maybe I'll call because I always say I'm going to fold and then I call. Okay, so he had 8s. It was a good hand by him, I think. I could squeeze here. I'm going to try it. I just think a lot of 1-2 players are pretty exploitable with their bet sizing when it comes to isolating. So Monger here, if he had a big hand, I would guess he'd have what made it 10 instead. This is just, going off experience, and hopefully Steelers isn't limp raising something. So hopefully I was right on that, and I don't think Spinks or whatever can call. Once he's just flatted there, he'll never have a big hand. Although it is the second time he's seen me do it, because he was on the other table when I squeezed King Jack. But again, he can't do much about it. So here I'm just gonna flat. Hopefully play a multi-way pot with the two weaker players in it. And the flop is pretty wet, and I don't have much working for me. Backdoors, but I'm assuming somebody else will bet. So hopefully we'll get a free shot at it. I'm probably not going to bet if it's checked to me, because the weaker players, they'll tend to come along with all the gut shots and straight draws and flush draws and pairs and such. So against regulars, I might be more inclined to bet this flop. But with Monger leading into the 3 other players, I'm going to guess he is not messing around. Don't know this guy yet. So honestly, on like table 5 here, this is all the players that are sitting down these days other than the regs. These guys with, $150, $160, it's easy to label them. Against my thrill here, I've been 3-betting in, we're deeper. I don't really see anything other than flatting here being your option with ace-jack. Pretty good flop for us. It's a flop that I can see him barreling a good amount as well. I also don't really mind a check raise on that flop for value, because I can be check raising a lot of draws, but he plays his hands pretty fast normally, so I would rather check call all the way. So another flush draw and more straight draws come up, and we'll hope the board pairs or something. And yeah, interesting river. Probably another. We'll just check call depending on his bet size, hoping that he bricked off or didn't have us beat in the first place. That's 48. And I mean, yeah, I'm just gonna call and just hope that I was right. Okay, so he had queens. Hand kind of played itself, I think. Sucks because a few orbits ago he had aces there against me, and I'm just gonna call here and hope the fish comes in. And I 5-bet jam 9-6 suited right into his aces and didn't come out too well. I'm the sky. Haven't seen you in a while.